practice is required. But are there just some things we ought to steer clear of, things that are not good for our mental health, things that won't get you where you want to go? I'm sure
Yeah.
you found something about that in your research, and I'm dying to know that.
Yes, there are lots of missteps. Biggest one out there right now is applying for a million jobs at one time. The easiest thing, the worst thing the internet has invented is the easy apply button. If you are uploading your materials to a portal and you have yet to talk to any hiring manager or any person at that organization when you do that, there's a pretty close to zero chance that your resume will actually rise to the top. I talk to a lot of people on the hiring side. They follow an equation to make sure that they have a really wide funnel. They get paid based on the width of this funnel, which means they get a lot of applications at the start. They put some search terms into LinkedIn Recruiter to narrow it down. They put in some more search terms. They take the job ad, they put it back up. They get some more people to apply. They go through all of this because they often get paid based on this process. But at the end of the day, the person they hire is almost someone whose name came to them through a friend, through a network connection, or through someone that they talked to who reached out to them and had a career conversation. At the end of the day, the way we hire is the way we've always hired. But we have all of this kind of information out there telling us to do this. And so if you're applying for 100 jobs a month and you're worried about why you're not getting a job, it's because you've applied for 100 jobs a month. So, first thing. Second thing, you have to absolutely create bespoke materials for jobs. And by that, I mean your resume should have parts of it that talk to each other, that make it clear how roles that you've had, how the overlap in those roles are relevant to the thing you're actually applying for. Do the work for the hirer. Don't expect them to connect those dots. Write those cover letters, just simple things that 90% of people don't do because they're submitting all the same stuff to one place. You will just immediately get knocked off. The first thing that most recruiters do is they remove people who have done that. So, bespoke materials. One other kind of little small piece of advice, if you have a bunch of kind of simultaneous roles on your resume that say through present, you better explain how those things actually overlap, or you're going to look like you are everywhere all at once. And that makes people nervous. That makes people anxious about your ability to actually kind of organize your work and to prioritize. So, more is not more is less. Integrate those things. These things all take work, but you should be applying for a couple jobs. You should be having a couple network conversations. Don't worry about, just throwing it all out there at one time. Take your time, slow down. And if you speak multiple languages, put that on your resume. People are afraid of doing that. There was this whole phenomenon called whitewashing resumes that the world went through where we thought we had to look as kind of white and American as possible. Little things like that, I think actually go a long way.